to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to The Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
This is a very special day with a couple of special broadcasts here at the WS Radio Studios in lovely San Diego, California. WS Radio is the worldwide leader in internet talk. And yes, this is The Changing Stage. My name is Florentino. I'm here with my show producer, Paul Berezetsky. And this is going to be a fun one. It's going to be all about the conspiracies. But before we get into that, conspiracies in the music business, before we get into that, we got to give some thanks to our folks over at SLR Music Equipment Rental, because these guys are taking care of the music business. They've been providing music gear for rental since the late 60s, early 70s, and they've been doing it. They're number one in the business. Pitbull Audio at pitbullaudio.com. It's a company here in San Diego. You can go down to National City and check out the gear that they have. They have a showroom, but they are one of the leaders in worldwide music supply to anybody who wants to get gear. They just want you to play it loud over there. We have our friends over at Stars Align, and they've got a big concert coming up here in July, so make sure you go out and check that out, because it's all about the kids. They help out the kids that are in the underserved parts of the city here, as well as they are doing some great things with propelling the emerging talents. And my folks over at Balanced Breakfast, who are really kind of helping to network this country and make things happen. We've just started a chapter of Balanced Breakfast. If you don't know who they are, you should go take a look at them at BLCNDBRKFST.com. I had to think about that. Basically, you subtract all the vowels out of Balanced Breakfast, and you've got that URL. They are doing some great things in the business because they're creating a kinder, gentler industry.
So and, sort of like the alphabet cereal with all the marshmallows eaten out. That's a balanced breakfast.
That's a balanced breakfast, exactly. And then just kind of a couple of things that are coming up in the community. UCSD is going to be having a big concert for the Aristocrats coming up, and we'll keep you guys posted on that, because that's going to be huge. You got a chance to hear those folks. They're monsters, right, Paul?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. And then last, we have the Rock and Roll Reunion coming up with Gunner and Aerosmith. They're going to be doing some things over here at the Tango. So check for those. And, we've got a really good friend. I consider him like a brother. We met him through a mutual friend, Freddie Ravel, and this man is amazing. Michael O'Neill, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, Florentino. What's up?
Hey, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. You?
I'm great, and you've got another. Hopefully, you get a chance to meet him soon, brother. In the spirit of trying to make a difference in this business, Mr. Amin L. Are you there, Amin?
Hey, Florentino, man. Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Now that's a man with a radio voice right there. I should change seats with you, man. You guys are up in L.A.
Hey, watch out.
Yeah,
watch out now.
You might lose him, man. We might take him to be a radio guy here, Michael.
Yeah, well, he already ran James Earl Jones out of town.
Tell me about it.
Only do it for the money, though. Now. Only do it for the money.
We got the next Darth Vader there, but not in spirit, only in voice. So, hey guys, we're going to talk a little bit about some conspiracies, but we're also going to talk about some of the things that you guys are doing with your music to help, make a difference in this business, in this world. And, just kind of giving a little brief recap. We've had Michael on before, and it was just the most fun show that I've had. It just, Michael came on to play, and he was jamming some great tunes. You were in concert here with George Benson. And, we just kind of chatted, and we just found out we had so much in common with what we thought about how to make things different in this business. And, and you started telling me, and we played a little bit of, the project as it was coming together for you guys. And, we got such a great response. We had to have you guys back, and we had to have Amin on. So I think it's a powerful thing. You guys were at that time known as the Gathering, but what you're doing now is you really are just kind of identifying as basically kind of like a Hall & Oates, where you're a duo kind of getting out there. So it's Amin L and Michael O'Neill is the name of the project. Is that correct?
That's it. That's us.
Yeah, and the music that you guys are doing is just phenomenal. I wanted to kind of touch base because we didn't get a chance to talk with Amin that time. I wanted you to kind of fill us in a little bit on who you are, because this is all about the music business, two people in the music business, and part of that, well, actually, the biggest part I think we always touch on with every show is where the passion kind of started from. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, Florentine, I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
My mother, bless her heart, man. She loved music. She, played piano, for the church and at home. And so music has always kind of been in the family, so to speak. She did whatever she could to, make that available to us.
Yeah.
My uncles were very influential in where I'm at today. They all love to sing and play piano as well. So came out here when I was very young, and but prior to that, I was in Kansas City. I met Sonny Kenner, who was one of the last of the Blue Devils, and Sonny was very, very, very humble player, great player, and he allowed me to come into some of their rehearsals. And because he could recognize a talent there. And I just wanted to mention him because looking back at that now, it's like, man, I've come across in my journey a lot of people that have made a difference in the world.
Yeah.
And it's not by chance, I think. It's just the course and the direction that I've been led in by the Most High.
Yeah, exactly.
But so I arrived out here in California and started hanging out in the Leimert Park area, where I also met some great people, great mentors, Horace Tapscott, Deanie Clark, Billy Higgins, Al McKibben was my bass mentor and teacher. And, just some great people, Juno, Big Black, just you name it, just hanging out there in the Leimert Park area at the World Stage.
Yeah, immense
that's
talent.
kind of where I come from. And ran into this guy, man. This guy is something else. Michael O'Neill, he's a beast.
Oh.
I heard him playing the guitar, and I was in Altadena, and they were doing a gig. And I knew some of the cats on the gig, and got a chance to sit in with this guy. And from there, it was like, man, we got to do something. So he contacted me, and here we are. And we are well on our way to completing this project that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, we've got a few songs we'll be playing, so people got to stay tuned for that for sure. So, you guys met together, and how did you just say, hey, let's do a project together? Because I know Michael's like one of the businessmen on the planet. He's always on tour, playing with Freddie, playing with George, and all kinds of cats doing studio stuff. How did this all come about?
I can weigh in on this. Is that from my angle, when that first time we sat in together, I immediately recognized the voice that I wanted to be a part of, and that's this guy's, Amin's voice.
I'm stealing it, Michael. I'm stealing it, man, for the radio show.
I heard that, man. You need him for that next Kellogg's cornflakes commercial.
That's it.
Yeah, man. No, but anyway, so it's obvious. It's like it just jumps right out. And I remember his first song we sat in together was "Song for My Father," and that's a song which is a simple song, but it needs elegance and it needs tone and it needs you got to get into the baritone range and other places. And this guy handled it and then some. So I'm like, whoa. And then he sang a few other tunes. So, and then we got to talk, and maybe like the third time we sat in, and we realized that we had a lot of the same interests,
right.
in the area of like what you and Paul have slated for us here, the subject matter. So we decided, hey, let's try and do something. And here we are, 9 songs in right now.
9. Wow. What are we looking at to complete the project? What are you guys thinking?
Well, we're probably going to be. I'm going to be going out on tour here in the next Monday. I'll be kind of out of commission till towards the end of July, and when I get back, we're going to go ahead and pretty much sit down and get these things sequenced and mastered, and be ready for release. Probably in the fall. I'm going to say.
Yeah. Well, and I want to kind of touch base on that too, because it's all about the grand scheme of things here. What cities are you guys going to be going to for the tour with George?
Oh, with George? Well, I start out in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for a week. Leaving Monday.
Oh, that sucks. That's just terrible.
They're forcing me to go to Brazil.
I know.
Yeah, and then I come back for about 4 days. Then I'm off for 4.5 weeks to various countries in Europe, all through Europe.
Oh, wow.
I'm forced to Italy again. They're saying, and you have to eat. And I'm like, what? Why?
Life is rough. I feel sorry for you, Michael. This is just such a terrible. You have one of the best lives, man. We got about 26 seconds left here. Let's just kind of look at who are some of the players that have helped contribute to this project that you guys are doing.
Well, what we're doing here, essentially, we're handling it almost all between the two of us. But we do have a few special guests that have been involved so far. We have a great trumpet player by the name of Nolan Shahid, who is featured on the song called Africa Ascending.
Hey, Michael, I'm sorry. That 26 seconds went real quick. Let's kind of keep that thought. We'll be right back in a few short minutes. We've got to take a pause for the cause and get our sponsors to get a little bit of recognition. So we'll be right back. Great show. We got so much more ahead. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Thank you for listening to WS Radio. Improve your business and your life with useful information from experts and thought leaders. WS Radio is radio with ROI.
You may have heard me brag about Progressive Medical Center and just how much they've helped me with my health. And Dr. Goley, one thing that you have helped so many people with is migraines.
Unfortunately, there are millions and millions of Americans who are suffering with migraines and headaches, and they're debilitating because it affects the quality of their life, and they cannot function properly. At Progressive, we get to the root cause because we understand that migraines could be caused by nutritional deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, believe it or not, delayed food sensitivities. And once we determine what the real reason is, we put a plan of action together with medication that we get them off slowly, and we put them on an all-natural approach, and the results are amazing.
Incredible. I mean, there's so many people that can say they don't live their lives with migraines anymore thanks to Progressive Medical Center.
And that's what's exciting and rewarding to us as physicians, because we help our patients take control of their health, and that's why they're living well.
Why don't you get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today? Don't live in pain. Don't have migraines anymore. Just go to their website, progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life. Live it well.
In the military, things can change in an instant. The Navy Mutual Aid Association, we understand because it's our life too. That's why our dedication to serving the life insurance needs of our military veterans and their families is unrivaled. Navy Mutual offers superior life insurance protection without military service restrictions and limitations. A single focus on providing the peace of mind military families are looking for. That's what we do. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve. Call 800-628-6011 or go to NavyMutual.org.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect. Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to the Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
That's right. We are back with the second segment of the Changing Stage radio show on this special broadcast day, powered by the mighty WS Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in internet talk. Brought to you by SIR Music Equipment Rental, Pitbull Audio at pitbullaudio.com, Stars Align at Stars Align Music, where they are just helping the kids become more empowered with the sound of music. We've got our fun folks at Balanced Breakfast Music Meetup, San Francisco, San Jose, Oakland, LA, San Diego now. They're all over the country, and they're going to be branching off into Boston, and they're actually even internationally in Toronto. And this is where musicians can come together and work to have a better music industry. And then we've got the concerts for UCSDs with the Aristocrats, and then, of course, the Rock and Roll Reunion with Gunnar Gunnar and Aerosmith. And we're back with Mr. Michael O'Neill and Amin L. You guys there, sir, gentlemen?
Yeah, man. We're here.
Good.
Okay. Yep.
So, we were just kind of talking about some of the players that have kind of helped with this project, Michael, and we, those pesky sponsors, they need to be heard sometimes. So, let's kind of finish off where we left. You were talking about this amazing trumpet player.
Yeah, Nolan Shahid. He, a guest on this tune, Africa Ascending, great trumpet solo. My daughter, Sadie Rose, who the world will hear more about going forward, sang some parts on a song, one of the songs. Good buddy, Dio Pacedo, great percussionist, guested. And then we have another couple horn players playing parts on one song. Jeff Lewis, who played amazingly trumpet and valve trombone. And Joe Toronto, who's the musical director with Al Jarreau, played saxes on it. So we have, my concept here is I'm not trying to go for the big name recognition. I'm just going for casting the perfect, color for each moment.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Michael, you're coming with your own.
Mike, this guy is just a beast on all these instruments as well. So, and his work ethic is just crazy.
Oh, he is definitely.
What's going on here is a real magic suit. You'll hear it today.
Well, I've heard it so far, but the public's going to be able to get a chance. I've been grooving to it, guys.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. Hey, gentlemen, you guys are coming with your own reverb system. Is there a way that we can have you guys split up just slightly?
Maybe I can go in another area that way.
Yeah.
How's things now? How we doing now?
Oh, that's a lot better.
Is that better?
Oh, that's a lot better.
That's a lot better. Okay.
As much as I loved having the reverb.
I got tired of looking at him anyway.
So
oh no, I can still see him.
Yeah, I'm watching you, man. Yeah. I'm watching you, dude.
That's it. You got to watch out for Michael. He'll sneak in a guitar solo on you like you wouldn't believe.
I'm telling you, man.
Oh, did that just happen to you or something?
we did.
There you go.
We've been fortunate to have some of Michael's work on some of the projects we're doing over here, and it was a blessing. It livened things up on a track that we're doing. So I can't speak highly enough on that. And you guys will be hearing about that project soon. But awesome. we're definitely talking about your project. What's the name of the forthcoming album?
You know what? We're not even sure yet. We're still, we're crossing lots of T's and dotting lots of I's en route. So, we will release that information. Right now, it's classified.
You would tell us, but then you'd have to get the conspiracy people to take us out. Is that what it is?
Well, at least you got your tinfoil protection.
I do. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got to sleep, Florida. is that we started, as you called us, the gathering, but where that came from is that it was something that came out spontaneous at the gig where we were performing.
Yeah.
And I got a sound, well, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, the gathering, the concept of the gathering is people coming together, certain elements coming together to form something that's going to be impactful and substantial. And so we kind of took that idea and we said, let's go in that direction. Yeah. But it's still a gathering. It's a gathering of sorts, of various different elements, various different talents.
Hearts, minds, and passions. I can definitely feel it within the music there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a real gathering. It's not something put together. It's a gathering. You got to want to be here. Now, you got to know that you're needed here, you know.
Exactly. Now, I mean, you touched a bit on the spirituality that you kind of were raised with. How is that coming to, play in this project? How are you infusing that spirituality in the project? Are you going to hear anything that touches on that?
Well, absolutely. I think every moment is a design moment.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the way I live my life. That's the way I approach everything. It's like when Mike and I started hanging out together, when we started working with this thing, we went right to work because that's where he's coming from. There's no BS about this guy at all. He wouldn't be where he is today if he had any bone like that in his body.
Yeah. No,
I so we said we were going to work. We started working. His work ethic is just crazy, and like minds travel in the same place, And my work ethic is that. Like I said, every moment is a divine moment. I look at it like that. So everything that I do is of the divine.
And that,
I mean, that's all I can say about spirituality.
Yeah, and I think that's key. I think that is definitely key because, actions without intent really just are an exercise in futility, I would say. And I think that's
absolutely.
As you mentioned, that design kind of fuels that intent, and I think that's the way I conduct myself as well. And I think that's why, with me and Michael and Paul, when he came into the studio, we just clicked like we'd known each other for years, and it's been an awesome friendship since then. And I'm really, I'm very blessed to be part of watching this project grow. I see incredible things happening with it, and I see that you guys are, destined to have some really, just impactful, a career with the music, and your voice, man. I mean, just just reaches into the soul, and the guitar work that Michael's putting on it, as well as all the other work that he's doing on it. It just encapsulates that.
Yeah, he's wearing a lot of hats on this one, man.
He is. I got the tinfoil hat for you, brother, whenever you need it, anytime.
Yeah, man.
So, you know what, Florentino, man, here you tell me that, we have this connection through like a spiritual approach, and here all along I was thinking it was about the Filipino food.
You know what? Hey, brother, and that and some some good Mexican food, man. We have a party.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's spiritual too, right there.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah, right. What you eat, buddy.
And if you see me, I have a lot of spirituality when it comes down to food. I'm a big boy.
Man, yeah, but come on now.
And then you could take your leftovers, wrap them up in your tinfoil hat, and take it to go.
That's how we do it, man.
You're ready for anything. Yeah, there you go.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the subjects now that kind of leads us into that. What are some of the topics that you guys are tackling with this? There's some pretty powerful ones.
Of course, mass incarceration. I know you've heard the single "A Million Men Too Many."
Yeah, we are. I'm going to play that later on in the Society.
Yeah. That title in his head, we had been talking about it and, approaching the whole mass incarceration thing.
Yeah.
And one of the days I come in to record, and this is after the Walter Scott murder. And we started to talk about it. I really didn't have any information on it. We didn't even really know what the name, because it had just happened. We didn't know if it was Willie Scott or Walter Scott. I happen to have a cousin named Willie Scott.
Oh, that must have been
had a
freaking you
cousin
out, man.
named Willie Scott. And, as a kid coming up, I would go to visit their house, and he would play guitar. He was a left-handed guitar player. Didn't have a left-handed guitar. He played the guitar upside down.
Like Jimmy,
and
yeah.
blues was his thing, yeah. And so the name just hit me, and it took me all the way back to that, those visits to his house and blues. And we took that genre and we wrapped up the lyrics for this thing, A Million Man Too Many. And, just the whole incarceration thing it's just sad,
It is.
This country locks up everybody.
It is.
And the minute we bring big business into it, as privatization has happened, then we start to really see the diabolical nature of what's going on.
Yeah, we're going to definitely touch on that subject. There's some theories around that whole thing, and I know there's some current, public, policies that are being made that kind of addressing that right now. So, yeah, that's huge. And then you've got a couple other songs that we're going to be playing. We got about 30 seconds left. What are the names, the titles of the songs?
Well, Let It All Go, which you played when I was in for the interview last time, really addresses indirectly income inequality.
Okay.
That was our first tune. Song called yes, exactly, yeah. And then we have another one called Mother Earth, which is more of an environmental, tune. We have a song called Cloudy Mirrors, which is more about interpersonal issues where people need to look at themselves in the mirror, in relationships to anything.
Gotcha.
And look at themselves first.
Hey Michael, that music's telling us that moment. We'll come back to that thought. This has been The Changing Stage, second segment. We'll be right back with Amin L. and Michael O'Neill. Thanks to SIR, Pitbull, and Stars Line. Stay tuned.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Has your business been appified? Are you tired of doing marketing that doesn't deliver results? Mobile apps build loyalty and quality retention. Your app from UPG Mobile puts your business on their mind and at their fingertips. UPG Mobile will give you a custom app highlighting how you are unique, targeting your message, and improving your open rates. Appify your business and amplify your presence with your customers at upgmobilemarketinggroup.com.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
This is Bill Gruber with BizVid Communications, a Southern California video production leader. We've been honored to sponsor, produce, write, and host many of the fine programs on WS Radio over the years.
so we understand how important the internet and your website exposure are. As video producers, we know the tricks and secrets to incorporate video to increase your search engine optimization and business success. Visit bizvidcommunications.com to see what we can do for you. BIZVID communications.com.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to the Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
That's right. We are back for the third segment of the Changing Stage radio show, powered by the mighty WS Radio Networks, the worldwide leader in internet talk radio, and brought to you by Pitbull Audio at pitbullaudio.com, where they just want Paul to play it loud, which he does. Paul loves to play it loud. I think Michael can play it loud, too. And then, of course, Stars Align. They're doing some remarkable things. I don't know if you guys got one of those kind of organizations over there in L.A., guys, but Stars Align down here, they're down in the unprivileged and underserved areas of San Diego, helping to teach kids about the passion of music, to kind of help get them to a point where they're no longer focusing on other nefarious activities, the ones that we're trying to protect them from with your music, and get them passionate about the music for you guys. So, that's some powerful stuff. And then, of course, UCSD's got a new concert coming up with the Aristocrats. We'll have you more information on that. And then the Rock and Roll Reunion is going to be coming up. So those are kind of the community segments of music happening here. And we were just talking with Michael about the songs that are on the project and the meanings behind some of these songs, Michael. And the segments go so fast, brother. Tell us a little bit more about some of the songs where you left off.
I'd be glad to, as soon as you quell my my thoughts here. Is like, who is the guitar player on that bumper that comes in?
Oh, he's a guy who has his own tinfoil hat on. That's Mr. Paul Berezetsky playing some.
That's a tinfoil hat wearing picker.
He is. That's the man right there. He's a show producer as well as guitar extraordinaire.
Yeah, great work. Great work. Anyway, so we were back with where we left off was the song Mother Earth, which was like a kind of like addressing the environmental situation,
climate change,
climate change and all. And then we went on to a song called Cloudy Mirrors, which is dealing more with like interpersonal relationships. It's kind of like, I look at it as being like connected to the Bible verse about pulling the mote out of thine own eye before you look at your brothers. In other words, what is blocking your vision and your perception? So, the cloudy mirror, are you looking in a cloudy mirror and are you creating, something negative because it's in your own mind, because you're not seeing it clearly? This is the premise that I think, we're talking about in the song Cloudy Mirrors.
Wow. Important topics. In fact,
it definitely deals with perspective.
Yeah.
Perspective,
and
of an individual.
And we've got a few of those songs here we're going to play right now. I'd like to just kick off with A Man Too Many, because that's going to be the single. We're going to play that one in its entirety, and then we're going to touch on a couple of the other songs and kind of have you guys, expound on that. So let's go ahead and kick off with the single, because that's how we do it in the music business, right? You just launch that. Who's playing that guitar? That's a solid tinfoil hat guitar solo right there.
There's about 1 million men too many, locked up, hoping a change come real fast. Yeah, 1 million men too many. How long can this madness last? There's 1 million men too many, and just like products on the shelf, hey, 1 million men too many.
all know, and if you don't know, you'll soon find out. Now take Walter Scott, good brother, father, and friend. Cop shot, life poured out, blood painted grass, spell the end. There to protect and serve everyone the same. I tell you, they got a lot of nerve just to turn this into an evil game. There's about 1 million men, too many, caught up over the chains will come real fast. Yeah, 1 million men, too many. How long can this madness last? There's about 1 million men, too many, like products on a shelf. Hey, 1 million men, too many, robbing of the big man's wealth. Take it back to Reagan, Iran-Contra, open the door to this misery, locking up 1 million young men, breaking the lives of their families. It's all about the dollar, and that's the bottom line. They catching hell in this heartbreak hotel, and the truth you must stop denying. There's about 1 million men, too many, caught up, hoping to change, gone through fast. Hey, 1 million men, too many. How long can this madness last? Hey, 1 million men, too many, and like products on a shelf. Hey, 1 million men, too many, robbing up the big man's wealth.
Woo! That is a hot track. I love it, guys. You know what? In fact, so much so that as we're playing here, literally, and I'm not just exaggerating, a couple of pieces of the gear started to come off its shelf, and we're not even we're playing through headphones. That's how hot the track is. I'm not lying.
Our level monitor just took a spill.
Yeah, the level monitor just took a dive. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? So,
oh God,
you know, it's the reverb off the tinfoil hats kind of emanating, taking out equipment.
It sounds like Barry White and Stevie Ray Vaughan coming together. Our equipment just couldn't handle that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment there.
So there's a powerful message in the music, and then there's a powerful message about, you know, just the mass incarceration in this country right now. And you know, it's kind of interesting because there's a, you know, we'll kind of touch on the conspiracy theories. We'll start that off right now. There's a theory that the music industry is used to target, you know, people with some of the music, whether it be hip hop or some of the more aggressive rock stuff, to keep young, underprivileged, underserved communities to have a mentality of crime and you know, just kind of, you know, a poor, and I mean not in the financial sense, but in the spiritual sense of the word mentality. What's your guys' thoughts on that? We got about 2 minutes and 20 seconds for this segment.
Yeah, well, I just want to address that thing about a mentality. I mean, we're not, you know, when you grow up in an area where it's crime infested, you know, based on, you know, economic depravity, I mean, you know, what is there left? You know, we want to blame victims, and a lot of times that's what's happening. You know, the older people are afraid of the youth. It's just, it's not so much that they have an innate mentality like this. It's the conditions that we live in conditions, the social conditions, which we all need to address and change, which will bring about a different behavior, in those communities.
Yeah, exactly. And
I'd like to weigh in on something there too. There was and I forget the year, but there was a clandestine meeting where business interests in the private for-profit prison industry called a secret meeting with all these rappers of note, and paid off a bunch of them to start doing the most violent and the most vile type of lyric-driven rap that they could to drive this. See, it's the bottom line of keeping the prison cells filled.
Yeah, it's privatization.
Okay.
Happened in the 80s, yeah, for sure. Right when the rap music changed.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard of that meeting. I haven't. I hear that there's some video circulating on YouTube about this particular meeting. But I mean, it just stands to reason. I mean, whenever there's business involved, whenever there's huge amounts of money to be made, you find people using all types of tactics in order to deliver that bottom line. And so, I mean, you take that and you look at what's going on. You look at the type of thing that's happening, not only violent type lyrics that are being displayed in these songs, but various other things, lewd behavior.
Yeah.
It's an appeal to the lower nature of
unpositive social. Focus for that. We are going into another commercial break, gentlemen. We're going to continue on with these thoughts here. This has been The Changing Stage with Michael O'Neill and Amin L. We are powered by the mighty WS Radio Network, the worldwide leader in Internet talk, brought to you by SAR Music Equipment Rental, Pitbull Audio at pitbullaudio.com, and Stars Line. We'll be right back.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children.
After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
You've heard me bragging about Progressive Medical Center and how they've helped me feel so much healthier. But one thing, Dr. Agoli, that a lot of people come to you with is just unexplained pain. They just can't get any relief. Why can Progressive Medical Center's Pain Management Center help them?
First of all, we have to acknowledge that pain is for real, and you've got acute pain and chronic pain. Here's the problem. That acute pain turns to chronic, which is long-standing, and no one's getting to the root cause. There's several key diagnostic components that help us get to the root of what's causing this pain. Is it inflammation? Once we do a thorough evaluation to get to the root cause, determine if it's structural or if it's a metabolic issue. And this way, we put an individualized program for pain management involving correcting the spine, using certain injections when necessary, and we get our patients out of pain quicker, and they stay out of pain because we teach them how to live their life well.
Don't let yourself live in pain any longer. Get a hold of Progressive Medical Center today at progressivemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Medical, this is your life, live it well.
Which sandwich is healthy and tasty? Which sandwich can come on bread or in a bowl? Which sandwich comes 51 different ways, so it's always your way? A which sandwich. Stop into our shop in Hazard Center. We're upstairs from the Hazard Center Digiplex. Bring in your movie ticket. We will add a free drink and chips to your sandwich order. Or order online at whichwich.com and we will have it ready and waiting. WHICH, whichwich.com.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
Welcome to The Changing Stage, music gear talk from the manufacturers and musicians who define the biz. Here's your host, Florentino Buenaventura.
That's right. We are in the fourth segment of this special broadcast on a Friday. I guess we're still in the morning time. It all blurs together for me sometimes. We are powered by the mighty WS Radio Network, and we are the leaders in worldwide internet talk. And I want to thank SIR, Music Equipment Rental, Pitbull Audio at pitbullaudio.com, and Stars Align making it happen. And we're here with Michael O'Neill and Amin L, and we've been talking about some pretty important issues and a pretty important project, in my humble opinion, what these gentlemen are doing and about to do, and I think is going to be highly impactful. We've been just talking about about just way too many people incarcerated in this country, from multiple races, multiple, coming from a place that it seems to be counterproductive and counterintuitive. We've got a privatization of the penal system, of the prison system, and their whole goal is to have as many prisoners in the prison, because that's how they make their money, when it should be is, how many prison people they can keep out of the prison, how they can reform people, but it doesn't necessarily work that way. And we were talking about, there's this theory in the business, and that there was a meeting that came together of executives and of key rap artists and other music artists, heavy rock and stuff like that, saying, hey, if we make this music that fosters a sentiment of criminal behavior, it will permeate through the society, and that will help to keep the prisons filled. So that's kind of what we've been touching on here, and I think both Michael and Amin had some more thoughts on that.
Yeah, well said. The way you just described that, Florentino. By the way, one quick set of numbers: it costs $62,000 per year to keep one person incarcerated. It costs $18,000 to put one person through a high-level university.
Yeah,
you could put 4 people through a university for the same price. Now, these are tax dollars, because these for-profit private companies, they get into the tax till. We're paying for this. Now,
tax dollars.
Yeah. All that being said, all that being said is, I want to just point out one thing, is that the reason that we are talking about this stuff is because it beats screaming and yelling and throwing bottles at the television set.
Yeah, because television sets are expensive.
Yes, they are, and so we got to live. We have to have some enjoyment and love in our life, and so this is the way. This is the outlet for us as musicians, getting our frustrations, putting it into a proactive, positive, forum where maybe we can help a little bit.
Have you guys looked into anyone doing like a documentary on this that you could hook up with and have your music showcased there?
No, but I'm going to expect you to hook that up for us.
That's what Paul does around here.
I want to mention here too. The United States locks up anybody more people than the world. In the world, we lock up everybody. Now, the state of Louisiana locks up more people than anyone else in the country as well. we're doing a number on that. Did you mention that song? Yeah, we're doing something about that as well, and it's just funny how all of this stuff is tied into me. I'm thinking, wow, we started with $1 Million Man Too Many, and then we just started doing this thing, and it's just crazy what's going on.
Yeah,
with how we just, instead of really addressing a problem head on, we just say, we'll lock them up.
Exactly.
You lock them up, and nothing is really solved. They come back out in the community, or more problems, bringing more problems than they did when they were locked up. I mean, I just heard this morning how the psychological damage that is being done to the youth that are being put in solitary confinement. How that totally just wrecks an individual, you know.
And you always hear about. Sorry, go ahead.
Something has to be done about it, and we're doing our part.
I was going to say, you always hear about people that go in for minor crimes like dealing weed, and they go into the prison system, and they come out being hardened criminals because that's where you really
right.
Exactly, and that is the ugly result of the quote unquote war on drugs.
Yeah, definitely.
That's that policy that has been running. It's just so it's keeping some in high levels of cash, but it's hurting so many others and the whole country as a whole, I think, you know. But what's interesting too, just to go slightly off the subject, is in my travels I've seen a lot of things, so I have a perspective, a pretty wide perspective, and one of the songs that we wrote about has to do more with some personal experiences I've had, like in the last several years, going to different countries in Africa and seeing it as an ascending force in the world. So we wrote this song called Africa Ascending.
Yeah.
I've been playing shows down there with George Benson chiefly, in Nigeria, also in, I'm forgetting the name of the guy, but 3 or 4 different countries down there. They're emerging because they're harvesting their natural resources, and they're bringing in, Western, people to help them do it, the British, the Americans, some Germans. And so they're building an infrastructure to try and join the rest of the world and invite the world down to hopefully, recognize them culturally.
Yeah, and we've got that track. We're gonna play that track out as we close. We've got about 2 minutes left, gentlemen. Is there a final thought that you would like to express before we play the Africa Ascending track out?
Well, in terms of mass incarceration, people can get involved. You can get involved. You see things going on about it. There's Stop Mass Incarceration. I think .org. Yeah, is one of the. If you just Google it, Stop Mass Incarceration. That's another group that is really doing a lot of work to help to shed the light on what's going on and working to bring it to an end. Everybody can do something. If it's writing letters to our various Congress people.
Yeah, to make a difference.
City council people, what have you, to make a difference.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
We have to hold some people accountable.
For sure.
I mean, I think Mayor Garcetti, they just picketed in front of his home about the stuff that's happening here with the LAPD. And, it's just, people can do something. Don't just sit on your hands and allow things to go.
Well, we're gonna play Africa Ascending because that's what definitely you guys are doing. Let's get a little bit of that track, and we'll close out after that.
Thank you for having us,
Michael.
Absolutely, Florentino.
Thank you guys. Go ahead, Paul. Play the track.
Caravans crossing deserts.
treasures from faraway lands. Africa.
All right, this has been The Changing Stage, and it's never enough time with Mr. Michael O'Neill and Amin El. We're going to have you guys back when the album's closer to being done. This is brought to you, empowered by the mighty WS Radio Networks, and of course our sponsors, SIR, pitbullaudio.com, and Stars Line. We'll see.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Progressive Medical.
Hey, this is Heidi Rue, and you know, Progressive Medical Center has literally changed my life and my health, but I'm not the only one. Adele suffered from bone deterioration, bone overgrowth, profound muscle discomfort, physical exhaustion, and mental fog. In fact, the bone deterioration becomes so serious that she had to have back surgery. Well, after the surgery, she still didn't feel well, and so that's when she heard about Progressive Medical Center. Progressive Medical Center discovered that her adrenals weren't working properly, her hormones were out of whack, and the drugs she had been taking were doing more harm than good. Adele came into Progressive Medical Center in a walker, physically and mentally exhausted. But now she's a world traveler. She hikes and walks several miles a day, and it's all thanks to Progressive Medical Center. 770-676-6000. 770-676-6000.
Progressive Medical. This is your life. Live it well.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Do you want to be a professional coach? Are you in business trying to make a real difference with people you manage or work with? Have you started a coaching practice that isn't quite getting off the ground? Get the skills you need to be a successful coach today with the Coaches Training Program from Accomplishment Coaching. The Coaches Training Program will show you how to help others focus and be more fulfilled. Whether you want to improve your company's bottom line or create a thriving coaching practice, Accomplishment Coaching can give you the distinctions and practices you need to coach others effectively today. Accomplishment Coaching has spent 6 years developing a cutting-edge coaches training program that will have you ready to coach people professionally in just 12 months, and you don't have to take time off work to do it. To find out more about the Coaches Training Program, just call 1-888-548-6813. That's 1-888-548-6813.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.